Hello students, this is the third day of our lecture. In this lecture we are going to study the science subject, and from that we are going to study the first lesson, that is nothing but a living world and classification of the microbes. Up till now we have studied that Robert Harding Whittaker has divided the organisms into 5 kingdoms, and those 5 kingdoms were Monera, Protista, fungi, plants and animals. Now, according to that, yesterday we have studied about the Monera, Protista and fungi. Now, today we are going to see the further classification of that. Whenever we see that the classification of microbes is also done as microorganisms, we call them as a microorganisms because they are very minute in size and cannot be seen by our naked eyes. They are further divided into prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes are the organisms which do not have nucleus in their cells, and eukaryotes are the animals, or you can say are the organisms which have a distinct nucleus in their cells. The prokaryotes are further divided into bacteria. The bacteria may be of different size. They may be round shaped, oval shaped, spiral shaped, thread like shaped, rod shaped. They may be different in size. And the eukaryotes are further divided into Protista, fungi and algae. From that we have seen yesterday the Protista kingdom. Whenever we have seen the Protista kingdom, in that we have seen that they are the unicellular organisms. And in that organisms we have seen about the amoeba, Paramecium and Euglena, where amoeba is a unicellular, Paramecium, Euglena, they are all unicellular. Paramecium is having cilia which is for movement, and Euglena is having a flagella-like, or you can say a wing-like structure for locomotion. That we have studied yesterday into the kingdom of a Protista. Then fungi. In fungi also we have seen that they grow on dead organisms, or you can say yesterday we have seen one activity. That activity was of bhakri, or you can say the bread, and if we keep it for 2 to 3 days, a tuft like structure grows on it, and that is nothing but a fungi. And whenever you observe under the microscope, you can see the structure of the fungi. And next comes the algae. Then whenever you see the microbes, I have told you already that the microbes are very minute in size. Minute in size means they cannot be seen by our naked eyes. Whenever you see the size of the microbes, 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to 6 micrometers, and 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to 6 nanometers. Now, whenever you see the size varies in this structure. Here you can see that the bacteria size is 1 micrometer to 10 micrometers. Whenever you see the bacteria are also the organisms whichever cannot be seen by our naked eyes, and they are having the size of 1 micrometer to 10 micrometers. They are unicellular. That means they are having a single cell in their body. Independent means they do not depend on anybody. Sometimes they may be parasitic. They may depend on any another organisms. Sometimes many bacteria together form colonies. Whenever you see the bacteria itself cannot live singly. It forms the colonies and it lives in colonies. Next comes bacterial cell is a prokaryotic. Prokaryotic means what? The cell or the organism is having the cell in which there is no nucleus with cell wall. It is having, the bacterial cell is having a cell wall, but distinct nucleus or cell organelles are absent in case of a bacteria. as it is nothing but a prokaryotic organisms. We have seen it yesterday that prokaryotic organisms do not have nucleus in their cells. That means the nucleus is absent in their cell or cell organelles. They reproduce by simple binary fission. Whenever you see, they reproduce by a simple binary fission. Whenever there is a binary fission, we see that binary fission means a single parent cell gives birth to the two daughter cells. In that, we have seen about the amoeba or any another organisms which reproduces by binary reproduction. Next comes, in favorable condition, bacteria grow vigorously and can double their number in the 20 minutes. Whenever you see that bacteria are very fast growing organisms because they can grow very fast, or you can say very vigorously, and they can double their number in 20 minutes. Now, next comes the protozoa. The next number comes the protozoa. The size of the protozoa is about 200 micrometers. Now the protozoa are found in the soil. That means they are mixed into the soil, and whenever we test the soil or whenever we observe the soil in microscope, we can see the protozoas. Then they are also present in the fresh water. Fresh water means rivers, ponds, lakes and sea water. Sea water means in seas and oceans. Some are found in the body of the other organism and are pathogenic. Whenever you see, some of them are found into the body of the other organism. Therefore, they are called as a pathogenic. These are unicellular organisms with eukaryotic cell. Whenever you see that the protozoa are unicellular. Unicellular means having a single cell in their body. Having a single cell in their body, or you can say the organism is made up of a single cell. With eukaryotic cell, that means the cell is having a distinct nucleus in its body. There is a great variation in cell structure. Whenever you see that they are having different shapes, different size, different cell structures, organs of the locomotion and modes of nutrition among the protozoa. There are different, you can say, locomotion. Locomotion means movement, and movements of nutrition, modes of nutrition are also different among the protozoans. These organisms reproduce by simple cell division. Whenever you see that these organisms reproduce by a very simple cell division. Example, amoeba is a free living in dirty water. Ant-amoeba histolyatica causes amoebiasis. The next thing that is nothing but a fungi that we are going to study. Whenever we see the size of the fungi is 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer. These are found on the decaying organic matter and dead bodies of the plants and animals. Whenever you see the fungi, these are found on the decaying organic matter. Decaying organic matter means कुजणाऱ्या अवस्थेमधला कोणताही पदार्थ. And dead bodies. Dead bodies means which are dead, which are not having life in them. These dead bodies may be of plants, or you can say may be of animals. These are eukaryotic. Eukaryotic organism means the organism which are having a distinct nucleus in their cell. Some are unicellular. Unicellular means having a single cell in their body, and others are visible with naked eyes. Some are very visible with our naked eyes. They are saprophytic. Saprophytic means they absorb their food from the decaying organic matter. Whenever you see, they are called as saprophytic. That means they are depending upon the decaying matter, and from that decaying matter they absorb their food. They reproduce sexually or asexually by cell division or by budding. Whenever you see the reproduction of them, you see the reproduction by sexual means or asexual means, by cell division or by budding. Example, Baker's yeast, Candida, or you can say mushroom. Next comes algae. The fourth kingdom, that is nothing but algae. Here the size is nothing but 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer. They are aquatic. They are aquatic. They are aquatic means they are living into water. Next one, eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means they are having a distinct nucleus in their cell. Unicellular means having a single cell, or you can say they are made up of a single cell. Autotrophic means making their food by their own self with the help of the photosynthesis. So these organisms are nothing but eukaryotic, unicellular, autotrophic or organisms. They do photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is carried out with the help of a chloroplast which is present in the cell. Now these organisms carry out the process which is called as a photosynthesis, and this is carried out with the help of a chloroplast. So photosynthesis is a process in which the plant or the organism can take the help of the water and carbon dioxide, and in presence of a light, sunlight and chloroplast, they prepare their own food. Example, chlorella and chlamydomonas. Very few species are unicellular. Among these, very few species are unicellular. That means they are made up of a single cell, and most of them they are multicellular. That means they are made up of many cells. These multicellular organisms can be seen by our naked eyes. Next comes virus. Virus size is about 10 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Now, whenever you see the virus themselves, they are not living, means they are non-living, or you can say they are present in between living and non-living. Virus is extremely minute. That means it is very small in size and it cannot be seen with our naked eye. It is about 10 to 100 times smaller than the bacteria. That means it is very small than the bacteria. As we know, we consider bacteria as a very small, or you can say minute organisms which cannot be seen by our naked eyes. But the virus is smaller than that of the bacteria. Next comes, they are found in the independent particles. They are found as the independent particle. It is long molecule of DNA or RNA covered by the protein coat. That means virus is nothing but one of the long molecule. It is of DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, or you can say RNA, which is called as a ribonucleic acid, and it is covered by a protein coat. Viruses survive only in a living plant or animal cells and produce their own protein. Now, whenever you consider the virus, they survive only in the living plant, or you can say living animal cells, and they produce their own protein with the help of the host cell. That means this line tells us that they are always in a need of a host cell and they become free. These free viruses again infect the new cells. Virus cause disease to many plants and animals.